Good morning, guys. It's Friday morning here at the place, and we got some pretty exciting things happening today. So we've got a full day of knife making going on, and we've got a special guest here, and I'm going to take y'all in and introduce you. Hey guys, Cody and Clancy here, and we're getting started on some knife work tonight. We've got a special guest coming Thursday to give Clancy a little crash course in using some of the new tools he's got and to show him how to make folders. But tonight we're working on fixed blades. This is 440C stainless. We've already got our holes drilled in there, and we've got them chamfered there so that it'll make it easier to get a little bit of glue in there, of the not glue, but the epoxy to hold the handles on. And we're gonna get these heat treated tonight. So Clancy's already got this one wrapped up in his stainless steel. We're going to get that one put in. Or here, you work on this one, and I'll finish. You're done with that one, right? We already had two of these completely wrapped up and ready to go when we remembered that we didn't drill out our holes good to make sure they were the right size from the water jetting process. And we hadn't chamfered the holes, so we're having to go back and do that on these two that we've already done. And then Clancy's going to finish up that one. We're going to get them all in the oven and get them started. Hopefully we haven't got it too. We're still about 100 degrees away from where it needs to be. So we'll get them in there. It'll take it about 45 minutes to get up there, and that should be enough time for them to get hot. So we're going to be, while Clancy's finishing these up, let me show you what he's doing right here. Mom's got it on Zoom. So we put the knife in here. We fold over both ends, clamp it down with the hammer. I need to tap it, don't I? We do that twice, and then they'll end up looking like this. Now everybody has their preferred way of heat treating stuff, and I know there's going to be some knife guys on here that are like, oh, y'all are doing that wrong. You need to put a match in there. You need to put a piece of paper in there. But, you know, I watched 3 or 4 videos on this, and some people do and some people don't. And we're getting these knives to about 58, 59 raw hardness, which most people can sharpen a knife that gets to there. So we're just going to call it good right there. And then we're going to, I got to fix this deal right quick so that we can get Clancy's knife in there, get them in there. So we'll be back when we get ready to stick them in the oven. So real quick, guys, we got all 3 knives in there ready to go. All right, close her up. So we went from almost 1800 degrees to 1475 by opening that door for just a few seconds. So we're going to let that build back up to 1950, and it'll hold them there for 30 minutes. And then we'll pull them out, and we're going to set up a little deal over here to take them out and air quench them. Good morning, guys. It's Friday morning here at the place, and we got some pretty exciting things happening today. So we've got a full day of knife making going on, and we've got a special guest here, and I'm going to take y'all in and introduce you. But right here, excuse the mess, but here on the porch is a box that Clancy's purchased a second grinder to make things more efficient. We've got him a new step here instead of his old raggedy cross ties that are kind of mismatched in height and not real stable. So I got him that yesterday. Nala's here to help, but let's go in and introduce you. So these boys are already full at work in here. So Clancy, let's give them a quick little tour here. We got the mini split in. This is going to be his workbench. He's kind of already got it full up of stuff. This is where his buffers are, his bandsaw, his old grinder, his new grinder, which is an Outlaw by Paragon. And our special guest today is none other than Mr. Bert Flanagan from
White Texas.
White, Texas. He also works for Paragon Industries, which makes the oven that Clancy uses. They also help to produce and distribute the Outlaw grinders, which there's not many of those left right now.
Not many. I think I've got like about 2 left.
Got 2 left, and they're supposed to be a game changer, so we're going to see. But here's Paragon Professional Blade Making Equipment. Bert is also a member of the Slip Joint Cartel, formerly the South Texas Slip Joint Cartel, but they're international now. So, and also you're a member of the Texas
Knifemakers Guild, but I serve. I was elected on the board of directors for the Knifemakers Guild of America. So, been very blessed.
And Bert, how long have you been in the knife making business?
I've been in the knife making. I've been actually making knives for about, I think, 11 years now. Slip joints for about probably 7 years. So
awesome.
Like I said, been very blessed in the knife business. Blessed to be a manager at Paragon, and I enjoy it very much.
So Bert brought a couple of pretty cool extra things today. This is one of them. I'm going to show y'all real close right here. There we go. Mowing tooling, made in the USA. This is a Jerry Mullins design, and it's pretty awesome because I'm going to show y'all something. It has 4 grinding surfaces on it. Let me see if we can turn this around.
Yeah.
So it has a 10-inch wheel here that also serves as a fan that cools down your work as you're working. It's got a 2-inch wheel here. Is that correct?
Yeah, and
then a flat.
And this is for flat grinding. It's a flat platen. Also, you can turn it. I guess it'd be a quarter turn, and you can use this as a slack belt.
So
okay, so
right in here,
this whole unit rotates.
Let me make sure I got that in there, Bert.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so right here you can use it as a slack belt.
Contouring.
And it's all aluminum, right?
It is. All machine CNC. There is a tremendous amount of machine work that goes into producing one of them.
And then here, it's got your work table. Clancy had already purchased this mowing blade grinding fixture, which helps you keep really true lines on there. So we're going to try this out today, and then at the end of the day, when Clancy gets done with it, or over the weekend, if he decides that's something he wants to invest his money in, he can make that decision, and then we'll move forward from that. But if you want to purchase a mowing tooling blade grinding fixture or the platen, rotary platen, reach out to Bert here at Paragon. Is it Paragon Industries?
Yeah, Paragon Industries. Or I'll give you my cell phone. You can reach me directly. I use my cell phone for a lot of my business, having to do with all my Paragon. A lot of customers in that phone. Thanks.
So Bert says we'll attach that somewhere here in the bottom of the clip here, the video, and you can reach out. Now there's only been, I think when we talked to Mr. Moen yesterday, I got to talk with Jerry on the phone. He informed me that there's only been 400 of these fixtures made, and I think says he's got about 8 or 9 of them right now.
I got more coming, but
he usually does a run of about 50 at a time. So, guys, they're going to run. I think, Bert, aren't they running somewhere around $2,900?
Yes, exactly. They run $2,900.
And that sounds like an enormous amount of money, but I want to show y'all something that will make a huge difference. I think. I mean, we haven't got to use it, but listening to Bert uses one of the prototypes or original models.
Yeah, mine's not even anodized red. Mine's plain aluminum, a prototype, one of the originals, and I'm kind of proud of it. Jerry said, well, I'll anodize it for you. And I said, no, I kind of like it like it is.
So, but most knife makers, shops that we've been in, and definitely for sure in ours, has a pile like this of knives that are ground but didn't get ground correctly. You know, you've got differences in where your plunge lines and everything hit. You know, just little mishaps, and it doesn't seem like much, but when you've spent the time cutting that blade out, you spent time doing all those other things, and you end up having to scrap it because it wasn't what you wanted. Dang, what's my forehead so red for? I don't know, guys, but I guess I'm squinting. But, you know, that's all cost you money, and if this can prevent that from happening, then that's something that's definitely worth investing in. So, but there we go, guys. So I don't know if I gave you a good look over here. So Clancy's grandmother is a owner in a trailer manufacturing company that does like box trailers and stuff. So we had these pieces of aluminum that are skins for those kind of trailers bended and 90'd and put on this table here, his free floating table, so that it protects the wall and maybe won't catch something on fire. I want to show y'all one of the things that we got. I'm not going to say ridiculed, or I don't know what's everybody's an expert, y'all know that, but they're like, well, these free floating tables that y'all put in they're going to get too much vibration. So this is at about 40%. We're going to I'll turn it down and start it. I mean, there is almost zero vibration on this table. I mean, if we set a bottle of water on here, you don't even see any movement in that bottle of water. And even when you bump this baby up to 50%, it still doesn't have hardly any vibration. So, and this particular unit doesn't run as smooth as the Outlaw does. So, we're pretty pumped about our Clancy's setup here to get going on. So we're going to leave this recording. We may not be paying you guys much attention, but we're doing this for two reasons today. Bert, I don't think you don't mind if other people see these tricks of the trade, do you?
Absolutely not.
So
absolutely not.
So we're gonna leave this kind of running for a couple of reasons. Number one, so you guys can see it and watch what's going on and learn from it if you're wanting to be a knife maker and wanting to get into it, or maybe you've been in it for a while and you just are having you want to do something different. But secondly, we're going to kind of leave this running for us so that when Bert's gone, if we miss something, we can go back through this video and say, oh, that's what we needed to do right there. So I may start and stop it. We've already used 4% of our battery this morning in no time. So we're gonna just kind of leave things going right here. I may end up putting you on the drill press over there, get some different angles. But yeah, I'm going to cut this microphone off, though. I think it's quiet enough in here it can hear us all. Let's see.
What we want to try to do is see that little bit of the sag. We can take that out by using the edge of the belt and going pretty fast. Okay? Like I'm using this edge over here, and I hit it and straighten it up. See? That's how you straighten it up now. What I want to do is I want to make sure this is tight first, snug, and then loosen it off. And we want to go about a quarter turn at a time, no more than that. Yeah, dollar. Crank me up. That's good.
Would you call that like a satin finish, or?
No, to me, a satin finish, and I brought some stuff for you. To me, a satin finish is basically a hand rub. That's what Tanner, I'm sure that's what we all do. Yeah, it's a hand rub. So there's some stuff that I want you to take some notes on. one is water cuts, oil polishes. So that 409 over there represents the water, okay? WD-40 represents the oil. Put oil on the sandpaper for your final finish. We're going to go through that with this knife here. Okay? Well, the other one, when I did the other side, I went this way. This one went, this is going this way.
Yeah, this side should go that way.
You want that?
This side that we're polishing right now should go that way.
Yeah, because it has to go from here to the tip. You follow me?
Yeah.
Quick.
And you're applying most of the pressure by the end of the...
Yeah, well.
It might be better to put your feet flat on the ground so you kind of have your butt against it. And then, did you see how Bert was holding it? Putting his thumb back here so you kind of have something to put
But
with.
that's kind of too far for me.
Don't stick your fingers there. Maybe what if you put your thumb in there? Get comfortable.
Yeah, that's whatever that takes to get comfortable and have the most control. There you go. Good job. Ease up the tip just a little when you come through it. Now, back on. Pressure.
Hey.
Back on. Pressure.
One thing you're doing, you're hitting right here first and then pushing this over.
Yeah. See how hot that got on the tip? We just color. That's what we want to try to keep from doing. Because that takes the temper out of it. Now, you need to go a little bit on your tip now to try to start being able to kind of match that side. You know, you're doing very well. Your sleeper plunge is outstanding. Put a little pressure on the tip this time. All right. There you go. What you do now, you see. Look at that. See? It's coming up, it's rising like it's supposed to be. Hey, lady, how are you doing? Good to see you. One.
Next video.
Marketing there. There we go. Hey, because the peanut oil now doesn't know. Because the peanut oil now. All right, let's get down on the tip some more, okay?
Yes, sir. Like this?
So I got a little bit, okay. Let me show you something, what I subconsciously do, okay? When I come in like this, look at this. I'll swing it out a little bit. Now, what did that do, see? Look at what it gives the tip, see? Just by doing that little bit right there. Okay. Slow down a little, but still stay fluid. That looks good. I still see a few at the top. You see them? See them?
Yes, sir.
Hang on, let's show the people here. Can I see this? There's two belts, an 80 and then a 400.
Get some of those scratches out. Make one fluid pass square, just like that. Square. There you go.
Thank you. couple right there.
Yeah, you're right there. So, but listen, you gotta stay moving. Okay. Not too fast, but.
Yeah, that got them.
Get them? Because see, that's all I'm doing. I'm just putting a little back pressure on it. Because I'm at the top, so in order to get that, you gotta tilt that way a little bit, but not much. See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, not always do I always use the left edge of the belt. I'll use the left edge of the belt to take that belly out of that grind line, okay? Most times, I go either way. As long as I don't really stop, I'm all right. See? See that?
Right.
What it did. Now I'm putting a little bit more, I think maybe you need to be putting maybe a little bit more pressure, but never stop, okay?
Do you think hollow grinding or flat grinding is harder? Or are they about the
To
same?
do it right, I think it's about the same, you know. It really doesn't make a lot of difference, Clancy, whether you flat or you hollow grind. To me, on a knife just like that, hollow grind looks excellent. Looks really good. I like it. I think I love your blade shape. You know, we may have to drop back to a 400, y'all. We may have to do that. Would you cut off on?
That 400's right
Do
here.
y'all have any 400s? Do you know?
All right, guys, so we're a little after dinner. I don't know, let's see, it's probably 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, and we kind of got, I'm not going to say off track, but Bert's giving all kinds of information to clients, like, you know, how to put on bolsters, how to do a slip joint pocket knife, how to do all kinds of stuff. So he's kind of just doing a overall class, and we didn't get all that on film. But I am going to bring you in here and kind of show you what we've got going on. We made a few changes to the knife shop today. While they were working, I made a few little changes for them that they thought would make things better. So class is in session over here. But so here on the wall where we had the fire extinguisher, we took that down and mounted it as a dry eraser board that Bert gave Clancy. And he's got all kinds of stuff on about the inner workings of a pocket knife. So these would be springs in the back of your pocket knife, and this is how you fix your pocket knife. You mill out some stuff there to make it where it doesn't mess up your maker's mark. And then he's got all the different parts of the pocket knife, of the blade, the heel, the half stop, drill bits that he needs to get, and just different teaching things he taught him there about how to assemble and build a slip joint pocket knife. One of the major things that we did is we had the drill press mounted here, and we've got this little disc sander because Bert's actually been helping clients learn how to make a set of bolsters for a knife, and we've actually got those knives, the knife that's going to go, these bolsters are going to go on over in the Paragon oven of Clancy's in my shop right now. So we're working on that right now. The other thing we did is we got the bandsaw hooked up, got the blade on it. This is a porta-band, and we've got an old woodworking bandsaw, but I'll tell you guys what, if you're getting into knife making, one thing you want to be careful of is those woodworking bandsaws turn too fast, and when you're trying to cut like G10 or even metal, it just eats the blades up. So spend $300, $250 I think on Amazon and get one of these Milwaukee porta-bands, and I think this is what's this called? Swag Swag Off-Road makes this little portaband stand right here. And you can order the model with the little foot feed down there so that when you need to run it, turn it on. Get over here, thing. So you can just push this. All that's done is back here at the back. It's got where the trigger is, it's got a little Velcro strap on it. So that's a couple of the changes. And then the other big change we made was we took the drill press from back here. So this is kind of where all the dust happens. And I built in another shelf right here while they were working, and we got the drill press moved over here. So that's going to make it a little, there's not much dust and stuff created around the drill press. And most of Clancy's knives, not mind interrupting you guys for y'all?
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Oh, time to go check the oven.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're fixing
But
it. Got one coming out of the oven.
almost, I bet it ain't quite, well, it won't have been there for 20 minutes, so, but go check it and see how far it is. So we put 3 knives in the oven to heat treat right now, and if we can get them done quick enough, then we'll run a temper cycle on them tonight, and then hopefully tomorrow afternoon, by the time Bert gets ready to leave tomorrow, he'll have a completed knife with bolsters on it and a completed knife without bolsters. So we'll probably be working on some handles tonight or first thing in the morning, maybe while a temper cycle is running or something if we have to. Shaping 2 sets of handles. I wanted to show you guys something real quick. So a lot of questions that we see on this is, well, in this knife shop, where's the forge at? Well, not everybody forges, guys. That's a great skill and an art to learn, but that's not what everybody does.
So it's stock removal.
Stock removal.
Yeah.
Which what Bert's talking about stock removal is you've got like a big piece of rectangle bar stock. You draw your blade on there. You cut off a lot of it with your bandsaw or grind it off if you want to,
sure,
and get it where you want it. But for Clancy and what his goal is and what I'm trying to help him attain is repetition and being able to make 4 to 5 knives a week while he's in high school and earn an income that most grown adults don't make. I'm thinking he should be able to make anywhere between $800 and $1,200 a week if he can sell 4 to 5 knives a week. So, but what Clancy did was he and I sat down and he drew up a knife, and this is what his knife shape is. This knife is about, how long do we say it was, Bub?
I don't know, 6 inches?
No,
7 inches?
it's a little over 7, nearly 8 inches. It's got like a 3.5 inch cutting blade and then about a 4 inch handle on it. So let's see, what is that? 7.5 on the dot.
7.5 long with a cutting edge. That is about.
Cutting edge, that is 3 and a quarter.
Yep.
3 and a quarter. So he drew this up and got it all laid out the way he wanted it. We made a couple of prototypes where he got his pinhole set where he wanted them and everything like that, in his lanyard tube, his thong tube set. And then we have these water jetted at, what's the name of it? It's on your grinder over there, there's a sticker.
Heart of Texas Metalworks.
Heart of Texas Metalworks is who we get to do his water jetting. You can call down there and talk to those guys. They can order the metal for you, or you can have it ordered and send it to them, and then they can design your deals. They can put your layout on that sheet of metal for you. The reason we went with this route is because out of a sheet of like say 9 by 16 or something like that, they have hardly any waste, where if we were cutting every one of them on a bandsaw, you're going to waste a lot of material. So that's what Clancy does. He drew these up. He has them water jetted. They go ahead and blow the holes in them. You still have to ream them out, and you still have to true them up, make sure they're the right size. But then from here, he'll take them. He'll do a little bit of just kind of buffing on the outside, just get everything good and smooth. Heat treats them, then tempers them, then brings them in here, and he'll grind them like we started doing earlier today, and then make his handles, put those on, affix them and all that kind of stuff, and sharpen them, do all that. So really the only step you're cutting out is just not cutting this out yourself on a bandsaw or something like that, or forging it. So that's the way we chose to do it, because for him, I want it to be like an assembly line where he can just, hey, I'm gonna make. I want, for the first year or so, I want him to be able to just get to where he can make this knife in his sleep. But this knife is very versatile, because you can go in there and, let me grab a marker right here. One of the, you know, with this style of knife, he can go in there very easily, and like if he grinds the tip off like that, well, now he's got a spade blade.
A drop point.
Yeah, drop point.
Yeah.
He can go in there and, you know, he could come in right here and he could bob it off straight, and it'd almost be like a calf cutter, you know, almost like a straight razor, you know, or round it a little bit. He could come in there and put a little swoop in there like that and grind that out, and he's got a clip. So there's lots of different variations you can do just with the grinder on the cutting edge of or not the cutting edge, but the blade length, and still have a little more unique knife, or something a little different style, but the rest of it's still the same. So, all right. So how much we like on it? What temperature was your oven at?
1723.
Okay. Come tell the folks about your temper and your heat treat and your temper cycle right quick. No, I think that was on a different video. So here. So tell them about your oven, what temperatures you use, how long, and all that kind of stuff.
So I have a Paragon oven, and for 440C stainless steel, I heat treat at 1950 and hold it there for 20 minutes, and then I air quench it, and then for
Quench it between aluminum plates.
Oh, between
Plate quench.
between aluminum plates, and then for my heat treats, I put it in there at 300 degrees for 2 hours, and you got to let it cool down and do it another time at 200 degrees for 3 hours.
So we choose to do a 2-cycle temper. Some folks don't do that. Some folks may do more than that. I don't know. That's what we do, and that should get you a desired Rockwell hardness of around 58 to 60, somewhere in there. So, all right. Well, guys, what's up next, Bert?
Well, we're gonna, I guess, continue on a little bit with some slip joint class. We're gonna talk about putting bolsters on and middle reliefs and things like that.
So, well, guys, I'm gonna cut this off. We're running out of battery on here, but when we get back to doing some other stuff over here, we'll catch back up with you. So, what are you doing right here on this piece of equipment?
Called surface grinding. I'm making sure that my knife is straight,
It's flat, yeah.
flat.
So as he pushes this back and forth right here, you can make fine adjustments over here. Too much.
Yeah, I know.
Still too much.
Okay.
But he can make a fine adjustment with that wheel right there. Now how's it looking? Now that's looking pretty good there. I'd probably call that good on that side. That thing's probably hot as a firecracker too, ain't it?
Yeah.
Pull it off and quench it. Dip it in the water. Push down on it. There you go.
That water's as cold as I don't know.
A well digger's butt.
Sure, I don't know.
So folks, what surface grinding does is, if there is a slight bow in that blade, a little bit of a bow in it, surface grinding, so when you're sitting right here, it's taking it off a little at a time every time you pass it by, and it starts getting the high spots first, and then as you work your way down, what it does is it gets your blade completely flat. which is, you know, you want it to be as flat as possible, especially down when you get ready to put your handles and stuff on. And just, if it's all flat and plumb and true, then it makes the whole rest of the process way simpler. So we've got 3 knives over in the big shop that have been heat treated, and we're waiting to run a temper cycle on. Bert's taking a break because we done worked him too hard today, and Clancy is going to be surface grinding this knife here so that he can practice grinding the everything in on his own here in just a few minutes. So too much.
What?
Nothing.
What? Too much?
Too much. Exactly right. Too much. So right here he's quenching that blade, or not really quenching, he's just putting it in there and cooling it off a little bit. And the reason that's important, guys, is when you're working with a knife that's already hardened and tempered, you don't want to get it too hot, because it'll lose its hardness. You'll get weak spots in your blade. So it's important to pay attention to what you're doing. You can see here on this blade, I'm going to zoom you in. See the black marks on the tip there? Stop for just a second. Where we drew on it, we're just kind of playing. Down here at the heel, it's in good shape, but it still needs a little bit out there on the end. So he's just going to keep working it back and forth till you get a good polish. So you get a good polish from one end to the other. Now with this fixture he's got on here, this surface grinding fixture, you can actually adjust it where you can taper your tangs. So the anatomy of a knife here, the tang is the part that's inside the handle. So you can put a little angle on it just to dress it up a little bit. There's no real advantage to it, is there?
It does take some weight off the knife, and it helps it balance a little bit.
Say that again, Bert.
I said, it takes a little bit of, if you taper the tang, it takes a pretty good bit of weight off the knife to where it feels a little bit more balanced in your hand.
So,
and it's aesthetics, it looks good.
It looks good, yep. So that's something eventually Clancy will be able to do. I'll show y'all here. So here's a knife they worked on this morning. Now here in the handle part, you know, it's still got some cut marks and stuff, but that'll be covered under the handle. But here on the blade, it's got a satin finish on it. And we'll be working tomorrow on putting handles on it. So one thing that's important to do when you, come on, focus, thing. Trying to get you. Oh, bolsters, okay. Well, right here, if you can see, there's a little bevel. I can't get it to focus right in here. On the edge of these holes. That's going to do a couple of things. That's going to let your pins go in a little easier. They'll kind of hit that little bevel and go in. Plus it holds some glue, some epoxy when you put the handles on, and that helps to keep your handles held on also. You got to do that pre-heat treat and pre-tempering. So, all right, it looks like he's about got this one ready. Think it's good?
All right.
So here's one of the things they've worked on today. Bert's been taking some time to teach Clancy how to make bolsters. So what bolsters are on a knife a bolster would go on and above the handle and below sometimes, and just dress it up, make it look nice. But on a bolster, you've got to finish the top side, that'll be right in here before you put it on your handle. So we're going to be working on that tomorrow. So while we were working on knives this weekend, when Bert came down, he had some little brake issues going on his truck. So before we send him home, guys, we're gonna put a rotor and a set of brake pads on his front of his pickup here. And I think he said maybe he had a blowout a while back and it tore up some wires. So if we can fix them while we got the wheel and everything off, we're going to take care of that. But I want to show y'all something pretty cool right here that just came in this week on the old express truck. So thank you to Gear Wrench for sponsoring Clance with this awesome new toolbox. This is a Mega Mod MRO. This is a mechanic's hand tool set. 614 pieces. They offer 6 styles of this, but this one has everything from 1/2-inch drive to 3/8 to 1/4-inch drive in 6-point and 12-point sockets, all the way down to the bottom roll there, to 1.5-inch wrenches up to a 32 on the metric side. It also has ratcheting wrenches, a couple different kinds of those. Comes with screwdrivers. The one down is pliers. I mean,
Everything.
basically anything a young man or an old man could ever need to work on anything in their shop. So check them out. It's pretty awesome. We're going to do a full walkthrough on them on a later video, but it was so exciting we just could not let you have it today. So, all right, well, we're going to see what we can get done over here. Guys, I want to show you.
That will, yeah.
This is the brake pad that was on that side, and this is the new one. So you can see how much wear there's been there. So it's about time for some pads. So we're gonna get the other side fixed. Clint's gonna roll us over, huh?
Oi.